Chris, can you just kind of talk about your vision, or is it too soon to talk about your vision?
No, we can talk about it. Is the white paper better?
You get what I don't know, a suggestion or whatever. Like that's.
I think the best thing is just to start the conversation and just remember that we're being recorded, and then you don't have to.
I want to show off the Luch token personally.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I would. You see, our conversation before was really fluid because we weren't trying to create a production. And that's that's what I'm trying to capture.
You're trying to avoid the whole Linda Moulton Howe effect.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're talking about.
Even though I do want to interview her.
No, she's totally cool. I was just like, whatever.
No, she wouldn't be doing that thing with me. I can tell you that. But,
yeah, she didn't reply. I don't know.
But anyway, Chris, I just want to hear what if you were going to describe your vision, which I think is very cool.
Yeah, this is it. It's a white paper, so I'll just have it up and then.
I mean, even if you just summarized it.
Yeah, exactly. As we, and I have papers, whatever. Yeah, I think I can do it. So do it. You can see my back. This is my garage.
Yeah, your garage. So
yeah, normally I would be in my studio, but
so we're getting behind the scenes with Chris Lehto and Alexei Novitzky. But we're talking about your project that you're going to do or wanting to do or you're going to do it. I can feel it. And Alexei and I are trying to figure out how we can help you and be part of the vision. And do you mind just explaining it here?
No, definitely. No, I mean you already helped with just figuring out what chain to do it on. So so basically I got into crypto a few years ago and got into NFTs early this year, and it's I love the technology and I love the future that it can bring. Okay, where you can get rid of bureaucracy, like really just get rid of all the BS paperwork. I think right now we just take paper and then we actually just take pictures of it and then we send it around and we say we're like, we're using digital processes, but I don't think we are. We're just using digital processes to send paperwork around to each other. Even this, I'm looking at paper here where we could just go to just fully digitizing stuff, right? I mean, this is a digital thing I'm showing you, but it's paper, right? I wrote it on paper.
It's called a white paper.
Yeah, it's called a white paper. So we still haven't gotten past paperwork, but I think blockchain technology has the way you can get past it through using smart contracts. So I'm very excited about it, and I started dabbling in it. I bought a CryptoPunk, in February for $12,000. Now it's hundreds of thousands. And there's no reason for it to go down actually in the future. I don't foresee it going down. Still right now you go to Rarity. This is where all the, you can track all of the crypto stuff. I mean, CryptoPunk is the #1 sold. People still want it, people are buying and selling this more than anything else. Okay. And you have a lot, but there are games coming on board. So anyway, what I want to do is there's tons, millions and millions of dollars just sloshing around in the crypto markets as people, figure out this technology is going to be the future, right? And it is. Okay, I think Alexei, right? You've been dabbling in crypto.
Of course, yeah. I've been doing my little stuff. We'll talk.
Even an old guy like me has been dabbling.
That was cool. So that's the point is not to market to the UAP community and get them to give money so I can go find evidence for UAPs. The basic evidence, the point is to bring money from the crypto markets, right? There's billions of dollars. I mean, some of these projects are useless, right? They just most of them, or some of them are scams, fully just rug pulls, and a lot of them aren't doing anything really beneficial. Some have, there's actually one I'm a part of, Crypto Hobos. They give money to charity, to refugee area, but that's not the main goal. But the main goal of this, the idea is to create an NFT funded UAP searching satellite, originally white paper, but systems really. And luckily I found Sky 360. So I'll just go through real fast, kind of summarize this, and then I can provide a link later if people do want to read it. So the summary is this project aims to use new blockchain technology to crowdfund an advanced satellite system designed to capture and live stream anomalous events direct to the internet. Okay. I wrote this a few months back. Okay. So it has since changed. Okay. So now I would say live streaming is going to be almost kind of impossible. Okay. Live streaming from space. unless we can figure out something like to tie into the Skylink network or Starlink. If we can tie into that, maybe you can go direct.
Skynet.
Yeah, Skynet. Right? Just sounds. Yeah, exactly. If we can tie into Skynet, we can figure this out. So anyway, so the one thing I believe we can all agree in the unexplained phenomena debate is we need more evidence. Unfortunately, world governments have continued to show their lack of transparency and still will not disclose information. There's no reason to believe this will change in the future. In the end, can they really be trusted anyway? So I wrote this on the side. I just made a video with the NDAA, which is good. All this disclosure, well, at least an office pushing for disclosure, but who knows what's actually going to happen. So there are several civilian efforts underway around the world to gather our own evidence. So really the idea is to fund one of these efforts, which I think is Sky 360. Okay, so I'll go down quickly. So here's the basic plan, right? So design and price a Sky Hub type system for CubeSat. Then mint. Now it's 10,000 unique NFTs on OpenSea or Phantasma. I think we just talked. It'll be on Polygon or Binance probably. Sell the NFTs. This will go to 10,000. And then use cash to build and send satellite. Okay, so this is the simple version. Okay, the new version is use 500K, right, for 100 Sky 360 systems. And then after that, anything after that, hopefully, the moonshot hits 3 million. Then basically we use these 100 systems to not only, to cover the ground of areas, I want to patch them together. And then hopefully we learn how to put one of these systems into a satellite, and then we use this money, $3 million, to build a satellite, which is, I think it's 500,000 more than we possibly need, which means it's probably too low, right?
I need double that.
Yeah. Step 5, remind everyone there's no agreement, and all they really got was an NFT, but one that could easily go up in value and has unlockability, future royalties, etc. Okay, so that's for this project. If it works, the idea is then you just repeat it with the next NFT project, and then you reward people. So whoever has one of these, you say, hey, we'll give you, you'll get one in the next collection. The next collection has 20,000, for instance. So that's what they did with the Meebits and CryptoPunks. So the other short pages on this is how it would be. The original idea was a FLIR in a box up in space. Well, they have that kind of now, which designed, excuse me, this is the Sky Hub enclosure, but Richard Hoff, he basically took this idea and he's made Sky 360. So one of these systems, the high-end one is $5,000. The parts come from Amazon Global. The low end is 1,000, right? So it doesn't even, and there's one in the middle, Tony, there's a 3,000. So it doesn't have to be all the way to 5, it can be lowered, etc.
This
but
is basically
the idea
a forward infrared looking satellite.
Yeah, this is on the ground, right? So this is the idea.
Okay. This is not a CubeSat itself.
No. So sorry, this is the Sky Hub, right? Now Sky 360. But what's cool is this thing. They're designing them or Richard is designing it, to track the ISS or to be able to identify the ISS and then track it, right? So that's their benchmark. So as long as that works, right? Then you just take that and you bring it up because the ISS is in low Earth orbit. I don't know exactly where, but you take that and you flip it, right? And then you have to train the hardest thing is going to be training the AI, well, fitting it into the satellite, and then training the AI because now it's looking down at the ground, which is constantly changing, and it's different than the AI that they're designing to look up. So that's probably the biggest technical issue, which we'll have to figure it out. So that's the systems. But right now, the AI is still kind of close, but you can purchase those systems right now on Amazon.
So
there are some issues.
So that I understand, this is a ground-based unit, and the unit. But is there one satellite, or are there lots of little CubeSats, which are the cube satellites?
Okay, so the idea is to make 100 of these systems, or get as many systems out into people's hands that are going to put them together, right? Because 5,000 is just for the parts. Those are your high-end your point to zoom, your little Jetson computers and everything. So you need people who are interested, invested, in the community to put these things together, to make sure it works, to monitor them, to maintain them. So the idea is we would just give them the hardware, right? So you can't just say, I don't want to invest the money. Well, here's the money, right? So then go and buy the systems, and then they put it together. They figure out the software. They'll have to work the little issues, So it's really to people that want to do it, really want to get involved, but or communities, but don't have the funds, or they would do it if they had the money,
Well, you could have like classrooms of students do this as like a project, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
I was on campus earlier today with USF, actually going over some skateboard stuff. We were doing the marketing, and you just really got me thinking. You could easily set up a class that's taught all across, the country, or even the decentralized.
Oh, so smart.
Or even use the Luch Token that to potentially pay for an online service that teaches, that has our videos that discuss all that. So
cool. The Luch Token, yes, we'll remind at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Is universities, schools, UAP groups. So the idea is to get as many systems out there, get it working on an open source, and then just start trying to get our own evidence. Because if these things work, you're going to be able to triangulate quite easily and zoom in very well, So, they're like, where's all the HD videos and photos? We should be able to get it. And so if people do invest, if they do buy that, one of the marketing for the NFTs will be, you found evidence of extraterrestrials. Imagine your system picks up, like the video.
The mothership.
Yeah, you get a video of the mothership, I mean, it's terrifying. But anyway, that would be awesome, right? Yeah, so that is the idea. And then to merge it, to learn how it works on the ground and then put it up into a CubeSat. You can buy these things for like a good one for like 50 grand. And then it talks about 150,000 to put it into orbit. And then from there, it probably won't work, right? And so, well, maybe. Yeah, I'm selling this amazing. I'm selling it so well.
It's easy. You can do the sat. I showed you that picture, right?
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, but you're just going a little bit higher, right?
Yeah.
But theirs has to stay in the orbit.
Yeah.
Well, I just use a balloon for mine.
Skip past this one. Mint the 1,100 NFTs. So we're making those now, and the idea is to make them good, and so I'll wait to reveal the art itself. But we basically have 4 races. We have reptilians, grays, Nordics, and mantis. Okay, so there's your 4 aliens, and then we have some also mundane elements in there, which I think will really add to the
artisans. What about the artisan race?
Artisan, maybe some caricatures in there. We're still working it out, but no. The point. So hired basically 2 Portuguese. Well, one's a UK artist, Andrew, adaptable artist. He's amazing, local artist. He does tons of different types of art. So all types of oil painting, quick art, caricatures, everything. And he's into UAPs, UFOs. So, I know him. He's friends of my friends. So, yeah. And then a young Portuguese designer, illustrator, Mariana. So she'll be there as well on it. So I'll share their details as well, just so they have it. But yeah, so those artists, it's going to be coming out. I think. Here's some tricks there. Anyway, all right. We sell them for capital, and then, like I said, use all the money for UAP. Fine, like we don't want any of the money. So how is it worth it? So how am I paying anybody? Well, right now I'm paying them cash, right, out of my pocket. But the idea is we give them NFTs, right? So I'm paying in cash, but also in NFTs. So we will keep 10% of the NFTs. So we'll keep, if we mint 10,000, which is the plan, we will keep 1,000. and that'll be basically the only profit that we'll use. And we'll use, if the project takes off, now anyone involved in the project will, they'll have those NFTs that I paid them in to help, essentially, and they can sell them, right? If the project fails, then the NFT is worthless, essentially, right? But yeah,
NFT
I think it
can
will
still have value, though. I mean, right? I mean, even if you had an old Edsel sitting in your garage, it's probably worth something, right?
Well, the hope is people will be useful, online. I use my digital avatars. I use my CryptoPunk. My Twitter is my CryptoPunk. If you haven't noticed, so I use that, and when it's verifiable, then it'll mean something to, I don't know. To somebody,
I was responding to your the idea that you said if it failed, but that doesn't, the fact that a project failed wouldn't affect necessarily the value of the NFT. I don't think, because it still can be traded. It will have some intrinsic value at some point in time, right?
Well, even like say I always thought for a while I was going to put explosions in there as well, because the whole goal was to launch a rocket, right? So you could do this for any project. If you will have a group, 1,000, say you make 1,000 NFTs, and you're like, I want to build this, or I want to raise this money for this project. People can now buy those NFTs.
And you just said it. Yeah, and you just said it. The people who bought, say this project fails, the people who bought those could donate them to the next project, right?
Yeah. Well, even if it blows up, right? Say the because they all blow up.
Russians shoot it down with a laser.
Yeah, look at the. You remember the Cybertruck? Yeah, the Russians. That would be worth way more, right? Look at the Cybertruck. They threw the glass. It broke the window. It wasn't supposed to, but it broke it, and that spiraled them to, it went viral essentially from the window breaking. Yeah. Anyway, there's many different ways it can go. Yeah, we can only guarantee 3 things. I'll say it here. I probably won't say it later, but so when you purchase this sweet NFT, we will try really hard to launch this bitch. And it's going to be exciting. That was my 3.
It's definitely going to be exciting.
We're going to try really, but you can't promise anything else. Like a stock, I guess you have stockholders. I really think I also want to do this project because I think it kind of pushes the button on, the SEC and how that works. It removes a lot of people from the equation, which is what crypto does, Okay, so then use the cash. Like I said, how do we do that? We'll have to convert the crypto into cash. And that's where you have issues in crypto. You asked Tony before we started recording, but it's converting to fiat, or when you take fiat and putting it into crypto. In the crypto, when it's in the crypto system, man, you can throw this stuff around, which will show like in 1 second. Remind everyone there's no agreement, and all they really get is an NFT, but one that could easily go up in value in the future, will unlock ability, royalties, etc. No guarantees, everybody. So that's basically the thing.
What kind of monetary token do you get a guarantee with anyway? Right?
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't. So I wouldn't worry about it too.
We got to show. Okay, so this is Metamask. This is I don't know. I don't think I have to hide that or anything. But basically, a MetaMask account, and we're going to show how to receive Luch's.
The Luch token. That's right.
The Luch token. Luch's.
Right.
You cannot purchase these things. You can only receive them.
I'm going to do a quick screen share, just real quick, I guess, before we do this. If that's all right. So, people that have been watching the podcast I've been doing with ArtisanTony are familiar that I've been releasing a series of books that's come from a powerful series of visions. I am kind of just like an artist inventor guy, right? And so I still need to make some cash to eat some food. And so I went ahead and minted these first 6 series of, NFTs myself. And they basically are the only 6 that I'll be releasing that are related to the books that I've released. And so, at this time,
can we show them? Actually, I want to share it.
I'm getting.
Cool. Sorry.
Did I get that? Is that?
Yep. So if you put it on your thing.
Okay. So like that, you can see it.
Yep.
So basically, if you go onto OpenSea, you can see that I have the Lucious Labs is the profile, and I've minted these 6 NFT right here. They are for sale, and these are the only 6 that I'll be making as far as in relationship to my books. And this is one, for example, it's called It's Magic. And what I mean, they basically just support the company, the mission. And what am I trying to do? I'm also working to build technology literally to take people to space. I want to take people to the moon. My ultimate goal is almost like moon vacation trips.
Yes.
And so what I have done to kind of promote that as well. So that, I mean, that's one. Here's another example. This is called projected reality.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it shows the habitable spiral of perception, how there's energy stemming from the inner and outer rings of perception, how we have our conscious antenna, and how the energies add to give us our experience.
Is that conscious antenna the 4th dimension?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is a different way to look at it. You can see it as plugs, like each one of our harmonics is plugging into a certain realm of space. So each one of these would be a different person, but we're all plugging into the same universe. And you know, there's just different ways to express like the conscious connection and how it actually relates to UFOs, right? Because this is how we this is how we perceive them, literally. Like these are the different spirals of perception that exist within time. This red ring relates to our delta harmonic. The theta is our, you know, the yellow ring is the theta, and then it goes inward and inward and inward. And each one of those harmonic resonances relates to a different field of energy. And so, yeah, I mean, that's the habitable spiral of perception, and it relates to UFOs in that regard. But more.
Oh, what is that? Is that a ERC 721? What kind of token is that? Or
these are, yes. Oh, as far as the Luch token?
No, I'm sorry, that one there, your NFT.
Oh yeah, I have them. So these are done on OpenSea, and they are the Ethereum network. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. It's an Ethereum NFT, like
yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
So I might make another series, but they're not going to be related to the infinite pool of experience and awareness. They'll be related to the physics of love, and I do plan on using the Polygon network for that one.
Cool.
To go ahead to go along with, you might want to do the screen share now because you have MetaMask.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
So, but basically, you know, I want to build those projects. And I want to get a token out there that has value. And at this time, all I can really offer you guys is virtual love, right? Some flowers. And so what I've been working on is what I call the Luch token. I've minted 100,000 of those. And basically, I have the contract. I'll share on my Twitter soon, or maybe we'll share at the bottom of this video so people can enter their contract into the MetaMask. But basically, if you can you click back, I guess, one there.
Yep. So you go here. Yeah, you got to make sure you're in Ethereum, right? I also have Binance. You make sure you're in Ethereum. This is my MetaMask wallet.
Yep.
And then you go down. You just scroll down to import tokens.
Import tokens, and then we'll have the contract.
Is Luch in here? Can you search for Luch? Let me see.
I don't think so.
Once you put the contract number in there, it'll pop up.
Right. So you go to custom tokens, and then you paste the contract number, and it'll pop right up.
Okay. So I copied and just pasted this the contract address you sent me.
Yeah, but it should pop right up. The first time you did it, it came right up, and you were able to import the token into your wallet.
Yep.
Yeah. So now you
said Luch here, and then it just says add custom token. That was
exactly. And then basically, at this time, I send out Luch to people that support the cause, like and what I mean by the cause is, you could say people that support like acceptance, right? Like oneness, like we're all one people, we're all working together for a greater cause. UFO disclosure is one of those causes because there's a lot of advanced technologies that would literally heal the planet, clean up the oceans, we'd get rid of a lot of pollution. We would have electric vehicles instead of gasoline-powered stuff. We would have free energy devices powering the world, right? So it's about people who really show support. They get the Luch token. And one way to show support right now is to donate to either Chris or ArtisanTony's Patreon account, or pick up the books that I sell on my website, stuff like that. Cool. So people who really support the cause, in quotes, they can get some Luch. Right, and then you can support Lou Elizondo too. He doesn't have to be one of us. It's anyone, anywhere, showing the love. So that's the idea behind the Luch token.
How do I not now, but show me later. I'm going to give you all a UAP artisan token whenever we're done.
Very cool.
Unless it costs too much gas.
Well, artisan, you have some you haven't. Well, I mean, they're not minted 100%, but I don't know. They're cool. I think so.
You all are deemed UAP artisans. You have the title now. But Chris, so once someone if they donate real dollars, to this crowdfunding campaign, then they would get as a reward Luch tokens or whatever token is a.
Right, depending on that could be one of the rewards for the campaign as well potentially. We could work that out, or we'll talk more about that later.
I meant the punk. What was the punk tokens? Is that what your plan is, Chris?
Yeah, it's
your NFTs are meant to be
UAP NFTs.
Your NFTs are meant to be rewards for people who donate to the crowd.
No, the reverse. No, it's exactly those NFTs that Alexei just showed. So basically, we'll make a collection of 10,000. There'll be a Discord community, and so the idea is, you by buying an NFT, you're a member of the community, right?
Oh, what about the races? I thought the races that you were developing, the different reptilian. And
that's just to make it cooler.
Yours are more interactive. So mine are more just they're posters in a way, the original posters. What you have are interactive, so you can layer them. It's almost like they mate potentially. I mean, I don't.
Yes, yeah. The whole basis is there's many different layers. It's generative art. Let me try and find the CryptoPunks again. I can show you real quick.
Yeah, what I was trying to do is for people who aren't that familiar with crypto to bring it around how crypto is tying into your project, because
the point is to bring people that are into crypto to take their money and use it to find evidence of UAPs. I mean, that's really the whole point. Okay, so this is Larva Labs. They made the CryptoPunk project. The recent one is 3D, the Meebits, right? So this is for the metaverse. But here you go to CryptoPunks. So this is what this is generative art. Okay, so basically there's a layer that is, the beard, and there is a layer that is the cigarette, and there's a layer that these are glasses, and then there's a layer of a species, right? This is a human, male human, and then you have ape, and you have aliens, and you have female humans. Okay, so another species. And so basically the way it works, Tony, is you use an algorithm to set the rarities, and it will assign, and the computer will actually just layer and create these combinations that you kind of never expected. So it makes a collection. This is a collection of NFTs. 10,000 would be these NFTs. And so far, one of these aliens, you can't really see it here, but one of these aliens, I think the highest sale is 11.2 million for one of these.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I said, it's quite high, right? So it's just $270,000, for each one of these, and people trade them. People made a lot of money off of them. They were given away for free, and they kept 1,000. So that's where Larva Labs, they kept 1,000. Now each one of those is worth, 200,000, $250,000. So they have a few dollars laying around. So the idea is to make the project successful. That would bring the big bucks and the profit, And
then we could really launch some really cool UAP projects, right? Really look for public open disclosure run by the YouTubers, getting like some real public disclosure out.
My 2 cents would be is that while you're waiting on these things, how many 1,000 you said you were going to keep? How many? So those won't have a certain value for it until some projected point in time, right? But what would be nice is to have a way, for people to.
No, you make the money right away. That's the whole thing, right? So this is rarity.
But what would?
No, I'm talking about next month.
Okay, so what would be like if you just created one today? What do you think what are you projecting that one of these NFTs would be worth when someone wants to invest now in the CubeSat project? I mean,
that's what we're trying to figure out is Like, I don't know. Maybe there's somebody out there who's like a multimillionaire and they're like, I don't know, on their deathbed or something. And they're like, hey, I want to give like 10 million or something. Sorry, this is Rarity.Tools. So final thing here is to show that new collections are adding like every day. These are all new projects, right? So like this project here, 399 ETH, times that times 4,000.
I want to make a point too, and I don't think many people quite get this, and it has to come down to like the length of your investment, right? If you want to hold it for a year or two, you'll make some money. There's no question. But if you hold it for 30, 40, 50, 100 years, can you imagine if you had when digital art was first released and you own a very first year of digital art, like, do you guys understand how much the value of that will be worth 100 years from now?
It would have been in
your
218.
Will have your entire life paid for because you bought one NFT.
Yeah.
So you might as well buy one of these UFO ones or one of my consciousness ones, and that might as well be like your first year NFT that will then pay for your entire family to eat food for the rest of like your generation.
It's not promising anything.
No promises. No. Future third generation, fourth generation from now will probably have some value, and there's no question about that in my mind. Like, if the system stays open, you have a first year NFT. It doesn't even matter if it's UFO, CryptoPunks, Meowcats, or like Matrix. You have literally first year. You have a second year. You got NFTs when it was the third year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that in itself is the value for like collectors in the future. When CryptoPunks goes away, when Cats goes away, when the UAP one goes away, they're going to care about what year were those made. Like, that's the value. What year was
You're
this?
making me wonder why we don't put the year as a little icon down in the corner or something.
Yeah, it totally should be, and it should have your signature. It should have the signature of the artist as well. Like, it needs to, like, it doesn't need to do anything.
Well, they kind of started out as artwork, right? NFTs.
It could be more classy. Yeah, like, sign it, be proud of it. These are original NFTs. These are the future of art, right? Yeah. Like, all art for human race for hundreds of years. Like, people need to get that. Yeah.
So here, Tony, this is 720 ETH. All right, so that's like $350,000, I think.
Yeah, so like $3,000 or $4,000 for.
I was looking when you were at those NFTs. It's below 4,000 actually for ETH.
I'm gonna make a drink. I'll be right back.
But right here, you can see that $300,000. That's what they sold in that day, right? If the project sells out, it was successful. So that would be the idea.
Was that a whole series right there you were showing? Was that a series that was sold?
Yep. This is called Doodle Punks, Dunks. And so not affiliated with any other project. NFT smart contract, staking smart contract. So a lot of these projects have different, plans or things that they do. If you look back, each one of them will have a little blurb on what it does. Welcome to the first exhibition of Museum. Museum is a generative NFT project that shines light on the historic, artistic, and cultural significance of NFT art. Every unique piece will continuously morph into an identity. That's interesting.
That's awesome.
So basically somehow changes identity. But they're not searching for UAPs, No one's using the money, like, I don't know, for good. I want to use all of the money for good. But, whatever. It's awesome. A lot of stress. I'm worried people are going to buy all this stuff and then, I don't know, stuff happens and it doesn't happen,
I think people people understand the risk with crypto. I mean, if they don't, they have been watching, Bitcoin go up and down from, 20 to 60 to 30 to 10 to 50.
And that's kind of it. You're asking, how do you get people to put money, put dollars in? And I'm like, well, I'd rather have just, take the crypto investing that's already going on, like I'd rather just replace Guppy Gang, I guess I'd feel bad for the people that produce this.
My
worry, but I mean, we could have ours. Hunting for UAP instead of just I don't know what they did. They made a video.
My concern was really you have a specific vision in mind for your project, and you're trying to fund that project. So
Yeah.
I was curious about how the initial value of these helps compared to the end value, and I guess the end value of those help is going to pump up the 1,000 that you keep, and that's where you will initially gain more value from those, while originally gaining dollars to be able to buy CubeSats in the beginning. That's what I was trying to figure out, how that dynamic works between the NFT and
you said it exactly. You know, because you know, let's say the project fails, right? But the NFTs go up in value because, you know, NFTs go up in value. Right. So the people will still have made benefit. You know, they'll still have made gains. You know, basically there wouldn't be a negative. A negative would be that the project, you know, totally fails and the crypto fails, goes down in value as well. You know, but again, it's a risky project. That's why I like the crypto.
Well,
I feel
you're gonna have you know, failures along the way, right? I mean, SpaceX didn't launch their, you know, the first satellite crashed and burned, right? I mean, the first rocket, right, crashed and burned. So
yeah. So if this project, if it goes, then we'll do another project. So exactly, you know,
you're gonna have little projects that fail under the big umbrella of a bigger project, right?
Yeah, I love the Monty Python
that you build on to get to that. You know,
yeah, my favorite little clip. I've tried to put it in a couple videos, and I got copyrighted or whatever. But it's from Monty Python. The dad, he's in the castle, search for the Holy Grail. You know, the father's up in the castle, and he tells his son about how he built a castle in the swamp, and it fell down and sank into the swamp. So he built another castle. You know, that one fell down, sank in the swamp. So he built a third castle. You know, that one caught on fire. You know, fell down and stayed in the swamp. But the fourth one, stood up. So I don't know.
Well,
hopefully
I have a vision. I have this vision of all the previous castles forming the foundation for the final castle. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
They sink,
Man.
And now you've got the final castle stands on the shoulders of the ones that sank.
I mean, that's definitely the story. That's the way it works when you're building something up. Of course, you'll be like, things only fail when the person that's the creator of it, right, gives up on it. If that energy keeps moving in that direction, it'll always be successful. There's never a failure. It just keeps growing, and that foundation just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It'll always grow.
Well, how do people follow this? Because I'll be honest with you, I subscribe to your YouTube channel, but this is the first time I've learned much about this. So are you doing most of this communication about this on Discord? Where's the best place for people to follow you?
Actually, I haven't really shared it. And this is kind of the premiere, actually.
Okay.
I mean, I've made a couple little mentions about it.
Well, in the future, where can they? Will you be giving out more information on your YouTube channel or in Discord, or how will they?
Yeah. So basically, the way forward is we're finishing the art, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. That's doing all the generation and everything. Once the art is done and it's ready to go, then we'll basically make a Discord channel. Like I just said, you do a Discord channel, get everyone in there, and then that's really how you pump out the information, and then it'll be listing this project. So basically we'll go here, something like this, and get your project listed. We'll create our own project. We'll start listing it, and we'll start marketing it. We can list it, on these sites like Rarity.Tools.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay. But how do you do the crowd funding on this? Does it allow the crowdfunding on this platform?
Yeah. So that is the crowdfunding. Is we sell these. We post our project, right, of 10,000 pieces. So here it'll say UAP NFT. Dedicated to 100% of these funds will go towards finding evidence of UAPs or et cetera. And that'll say right here, and then you'll have our UAPs, right, which will be generative art. Look at this one I picked.
I like it. That's so awesome.
It's just the same one. Oh, the punk. You see the crypto punk is on the wall. You see that back there?
Oh, that's awesome. And then they're just numbered.
Numbered the same. So I do have a crypto punk. Let me see. Let's see if I can.
Well, that's kind of like the date we were talking about earlier, Alexei, where those are numbered, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it goes to pages, and yeah, they're numbered. So this is going to be unique. It's got it back there on the wall. Yeah. So anyway, this one sold not so much, $4,000 or whatever. Anyway, yeah. So it'll be there, UAP NFTs, and then this will be when they purchase this. The crypto will go into our account. Whoever minted the NFT, whoever was selling it. And so we'll get the crypto, they get the NFT, and that is basically the completion of the transaction.
And then you were going to put a percentage of that into the UAP investigations, correct? So
that money is 100%.
There's the number.
All of it. Exactly. That's what all these projects, like if you look, man, they're not doing. No, the whole point of this is all of the money goes.
How do you? Can you set up? Here's a good question. Does the funding that you raise on this platform, it has to be transferred into dollars at some point, right? It's still crypto, right? You're earning.
Yeah. So that Metamask wallet I showed earlier, it would go into a wallet or an address just like that.
So you don't have to worry about the tax implications until you transfer it into dollars.
Yes, exactly.
At that point, you might want to have some kind of nonprofit set up so that you're not, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to have to pay. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to get into that kind of technical stuff now, but I'm just thinking that you don't want to end up having to pay taxes on money that was donated for your project, for your scientific project.
Yeah, exactly. The idea would be to some percentage of that is reserved for taxes. We still have to pay salaries, right? So if
you're gonna have overhead costs, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna do the satellite stuff, I'm gonna have to hire 2 or 3 people, right, at least, just to go, to where the satellite is and put it together.
What did you say the company's called? Lehto Files, the LLC.
It's Stormbreaker Launch Alliance. That's
is that the name of the company?
Yeah, that's a random company. Stormbreaker Launch Alliance. Yeah.
What SBLA for short? That's better than the AEOSMO.
What's that a reference to? Thornbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker. Yeah. That's a pilot. It's an aviation reference, or
it's a secret.
See, I'm trying to get it out of you.
Yeah.
Do you guys
never gonna get that one?
I don't want to cut Chris. Keep finishing your stuff. I wanted to mention something else that's probably going to be my second NFT. We haven't spoken about it, but I think right now actually makes a good time to talk about it as well. I've been working on my mission of world peace for a very long time, right? And so I have the skateboard as one of my tools. And what I did was just so people know what it is, it's a skateboard that opens, it has storage. And I originally invented it while I was a student at USF. And basically, the easiest way to put it is I got connected to the Smithsonian Museum, United States Patent and Trademark Office, and then you blew me up. And then basically I started getting lectures on innovation and education across the country, kind of thing, in high schools, libraries, middle schools, universities, stuff like that, and then museums. And so I turned my skateboard into a cartoon character. And so that's what I showed earlier. I think maybe it was the Ollie the Skate Case stuff. So Ollie the Skate Case is my skateboard in cartoon form, going on adventures with me, promoting innovation, education, and sustainability. And so this is it's a board game, right? Where literally the graphic is a board game. You start on the Earth up here. I have it upside down. So you start on the Earth and you end on the moon, right? And you go from island to island, basically. And there's black holes and wormholes. And so inside the board, it comes with basically Ollie the Skate Case coloring book. It comes with crayons.
Does it have hotels?
That's not a bad idea.
You can't buy hotels.
A little Gumby characters. So basically, what I'm getting at, though, as far as the whole NFT thing, is that the second line. So based off of that character and cartoon series, I have created a series of playing cards called Luch Labs Ollie Man. Okay, and this is literally a playing card game. It's almost like Pokemon, but it's called Ollie Man. And the kids, they have Groove and Steez. And so this is Super T in space. That's literally my nephew. He's Super T. This guy, for example, the alien leader, right? Here's a Chrome series card. So there's special series. There's only a few Chrome ones released. And so I think what makes a lot of sense right now, based off of our discussions, is to make a series of NFT based off of these cartoon characters, because there's a whole bunch of different ones. For example, this is me when I was a martial arts instructor. That's me. My move is the karate kick.
Oh, that's exactly like you.
Yeah, I have a groove of 90, and my steez is 150. And so groove is like your health, and steez is your damage. But so there's a whole bunch that goes with these cards. But I think it really makes a lot of sense if we make an interactive card game where they can literally battle similar to Pokemon with their NFT. So we'll talk more about that. But that's something I think people should be looking forward to in the future as well, potentially. There's also like power band rings that go with those. So you throw it on your power band ring, you get special powers for each character. So the whole Ollie, the skate case thing, it gets even bigger too, because it gets into education, to where there's one called the Ollie Explorer boards, where inside, instead of being a coloring book, it comes with so there's different color boards, and each board has a theme. So your glow in the dark board is astronomy based, and so your blue board is earth based, and there's other boards. And so inside the board, you open it up, and it has a book on astronomy for the glow in the dark, and inside it has a little telescope and some glow in the dark stars. And so I call those the Earthly Explorer boards, and that's something that also ties into those that whole education, we're all one, and the mind, body, spirit in quotes complex. So that all ties into my books and everything we were kind of just working on. I figured I'd mention it right now too.
So I thought it was super cool. You had the NFT in the list.
You're gonna use that stuff to sort of fund projects that you have, or just.
Well, they're not just. I wouldn't call them projects I have. They're definitely projects for humanity. There are things that I've seen that I need to do. Like I need to get people to the moon. Humanity needs to go to the moon, but the problem right now is we're filled with our own wants, don't wants, assumptions. We can't even live on Earth in peace. There's no way we're going to be going to the moon. There's no way we're going to Mars. So it's until we all combine, become one, like literally our harmony is what determines our potentiality. So we all need to work together. And so a very silly idea I had when I first started doing all my projects about 10 years ago was to get a part. So when we built the spaceship, we literally get a part from every country. And so it wasn't like the US built the spaceship. It's not like China built the spaceship or Russia. It's like the spaceship was built as a collaboration of efforts of all humanity. And then we launch a rocket to the moon or something silly, right? But it's like bring everyone together for like a really awesome uniting moment for humanity. I think that's something that we kind of need and something we should be striving for as a team. But that's just my 2 cents, whatever. So I've been working on that for a little bit.
Well, this is awesome. I can't believe I got both of you on here talking about these different things.
Yeah, you've connected the right people.
I know. I tell people that I feel like I'm not that. I'm like the guy in Close Encounters of the Third Kind who had to go to that mountain.
Go to the light.
He didn't know why he had to go there, right? And so I don't know. I just feel like that I want to be involved somehow. I don't know how.
Cool. Well, can you talk about the project you're working on, or no? Is it secret?
Well, it's not secret per se, but I've been volunteering. Yeah. I've been volunteering for the Galileo Project, and anybody can. I was trying to encourage Alexei to volunteer, but about 3 or 4 months ago, I volunteered to help. I just filled out the form. You can go on the website, fill out the form. You put your skill sets in there, and I did with my CAD work and that kind of thing. And the first thing they had me doing was, I felt like it was like I was being initiated. Right? I had to do the grunt work. I was helping identify objects in photographs that I think are used to help machines learn to identify different craft, right?
AI stuff.
Yeah, AI stuff. And then, so after that, I got contacted to help do some CAD work, build some models of different pieces of equipment that they're working on. So,
cool.
I don't know if I'm supposed to release screenshots of those yet. They said I would get the word soon, hopefully, that I could share, because I have been recording some stuff, for when it can be released. But I would just encourage everyone to kind of get involved. I don't want to be too mean about some YouTube content creators, but we get in this habit of just wanting to produce content, and what you're doing and what Alexei is doing, I consider like boots on the ground. We're not just creating videos. We're trying to create something that can be sent into space. Things that can be used to fund these projects. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I personally, I don't like making small motions that don't go anywhere. I'm like the big motion guy. Big motion.
And I want to challenge everybody in the UAP community on YouTube especially is to turn your content into something that can be productive for something on the ground or in the space.
And I wanted to hype up one more last thing about these potential NFT launches. Chris, yours is coming out and it's going to be awesome. What I'm referring more to is my personal one with the cartoon characters and stuff like that. But can I do a screen share?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Yeah. So an important part of the metaverse is, or of the.
I think you need to share it though. Sorry.
Yes. Sorry. So just to go along with what we were talking about earlier. So basically, I'm also like an engineer, like drawer or whatever, and so I designed this boat, which ended up being like this huge yacht. It's a VIP boat lounge for Fort Lauderdale boat shows and a whole bunch of other shows. But basically, I turned the whole thing into this 3D playable video game.
Cool.
And what I would want to incorporate as well, and I might even just do this as gratis for Chris's project kind of thing, is make like a bar or some type of hangout area for people with their guys. But I want to make like a battle area where the guys with their playing cards can play. So an actual 3D realm, a 3D metaverse. Where people can actually play. They go, they hang out, and if they want to battle or do whatever, they come into the little battle area and they battle. Oh, it's like there's a battle going on, so we can't battle right now. Things like that. So just something to think about.
Yeah, I mean the meta. Actually, I do spend some other time on that too. Is I think I shared it. I hooked this to my hat, and now I can do DCS. That's that flying software I've used. Maybe you've seen.
That's so cool. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then the Oculus, right, is coming out too.
I tried that. That thing is no joke, man. So as soon as I'm going back to I'm going back to Florida actually. Pretty soon here next month.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Where in Florida are you stationed?
No, I'm going to Orlando.
Oh, you're
just gonna make your way up to Tennessee now. Okay, make your way.
Well, I'm an hour away from there.
Yeah, I was mentioned. We're just so tight with because kids' school they have to miss school. So
I know how it goes. If it ends up
working down there for sure. If you're willing to come down.
If it works out, it works out. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be cool.
Well, you guys are awesome. I just want you to know that I'm proud to know both of you, and the reason I was drawn to both of you in the beginning is I have this thing that I can sense things about people, and I saw your auras as creative people, like who are smart and creative, and I love those kind of people, right? And I feel like the closer I get to them, the more I can learn, right? So, but I think you all are guys who are just literally doing things. We're not just creating content for social media. We're trying to get something done, and I appreciate it. I appreciate knowing you guys.
Yeah, I hope to combine YouTube just like this. I learned quite a bit actually when we were just talking. That will help with that.
I learned quite a bit just now as well. So I think definitely
I like combining
good collaboration here.
We need to have these. Maybe we need to have a monthly meeting.
Help
each other.
Better than that. Like weekly.
Yeah, I'm up for it. But yeah, cool. I got to go finish my video, man, on the NDA.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate both of you guys for hanging out for a while. I know it's.
Always, man. Thanks for the invite. I love talking to you guys, and we're gonna do something cool. I'm serious. So.
I'm really looking forward to your NFT project coming out, and like I said, let me know if there's anything that I can do to help out. There's so much potential with that, and like tying it in with the already existing crypto market to bring that cash flow, because that's young kids, and they're like, what are they going to do? They're going to buy, they're going to buy yachts, but they should also buy spaceship to go to the moon, But first they need to buy the
what are their IPOs called for crypto?
Initial public offer? I mean, I don't know.
No, are
They
they're
call them
called something
ICOs.
else. ISO
Initial
or
coin offering.
ICO,
I'm not that
ICO.
guy.
Are you gonna
I'm
have
like
an ICO
responding.
where Alexei and I can get some cheap?
Yeah.
Cheap? Probably not. It's a good,
Well, the Matrix one's just as theirs, right?
and that's the point. Is like, it's about the community, right? So you don't have to own it to be a part of the community, right? Discord, you can just go to Discord. So the idea, the UAP side of it is, we just want people that are dedicated to finding the information, right? And then the crypto side is, I want to just give those people the money, So yeah. Anyway, I hope it works, man. I hope it works.
Yeah,
I think it will. I think it's going to be successful.
Yeah, I hope so. The art is cool. I think we got the right team.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be super successful as well.
Got to figure out the marketing and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys.
Cool.
It was great seeing
Thanks,
you
guys. See you next week.
We'll be talking to you. Yeah.
We'll talk soon for sure.
All right. See you.
Okay.
That's it.
Ciao. See ya. Thanks.